Turtle Nerds, welcome back to another video. Before we start today's video, just a quick little viewer discretion advised content warning. This is all for educational purposes. Just read the thing. I have to do this, otherwise I'll probably get demonetized. I probably will anyway, but the channels that we talk about, all fully monetized and all that good stuff. Anyways, today we're gonna be talking about live feedings. And we're just gonna be talking about reptiles, more particularly turtles today, because that's my expertise, that's what I know. Basically, the other day I was scrolling online and I was looking for snapping turtle videos to include a little clip, and I found some live feedings. And live feedings for these animals is not necessarily a bad thing, but they are feeding things that should probably not be fed to snapping turtles, giving them a non-natural diet, and we'll talk more about that once we get into it. But it was bad enough that now I need to make this video about it. So here we go to YouTube, snapping turtle feeding. Within the first 4 options, snapping turtle eats hella hamsters. Lizards and turtles eat rats. YouTube used to have a way bigger problem with this, but it seems that some channels are starting to resurface. So as we're scrolling around on YouTube, here we have snapping turtles eat hella hamsters. We have terrible turtles shred living bunny rabbit. We have giant, this was the one that really got me. Giant snapping turtle eats live crocodile. I was scrolling the other day, I was like, there's no way that this is legit. How do you show something like this? It gets worse. Don't worry, kids. Bearded dragons go crazy for live mice, Pac-Man frogs eating mice, and then we have all the channels and whatnot. So let's just start from the top. This one, snapping turtles eating hella hamsters. The problem is that snapping turtles in the wild, this is not really part of a natural diet. Snapping turtles would probably never get access to rodents, so this is kind of unnatural. 1. 2, they're opportunistic, so that's why they're eating them. 3, they're live. If you want to diversify their food, I do crickets, I do fish, I'll do fiddler crabs, because that's naturalistic for my animals. This is not a naturalistic option for these animals. Snapping turtles would never normally eat mice like this, let alone live. I pray to God that this is just a separate feeding enclosure, and you have a red ear slider in there. Red ear sliders are mainly herbivorous when they start to get older. Of course, these animals are opportunistic. They're gonna eat anything that you put in front of them pretty much, but it's literally just done for views. Oh, there, he puts in another. Oh, a nice little guy. The problem is that this is being done only for views, only for shock value, and only for the factor of live feedings are controversial in and of themselves, but for me, once you start moving into mammals, it's unnecessary. You can give frozen thawed. If you truly believe that rodents are a good option to give to your turtles, which they're not, because most of the time in the wild, almost always, they're not eating or finding live animals like this. Snapping turtles, here's a snapping turtle, and it's in its stomach. They're barely eating fish. Look, it says wild grapes. My friend Viv works with Texas turtles. They were found eating grapes. They eat nuts. They eat seeds, berries. And it's the same way that people used to think that bears eat like mainly just fish and meat, and they barely, haha, I'm so funny. They almost never eat that stuff. The same thing goes with these turtles. They're not always getting these high calorie, dense protein meals, let alone catching them live. Maybe if one died and they happened to come across it, maybe, or if one was swimming away and a snapping turtle happened to be in the right place at the right time. But for regular occurrence, no, it just does not happen. Even if you are feeding them mice or whatever to vary the diet, you wouldn't do it live, because just why? What's the point? It can actually harm your animals because rodents can bite. They got teeth on them, little suckers. So again, snapping turtles, not eating that kind of stuff in the wild, really. Red ear sliders, definitely not eating that kind of stuff in the wild. The fact that he's filming it, this dude is filming it specifically for and putting it on the little island so it's like it has a chance to get away. It's not like you're feeding them crickets. It's not like you're feeding them fish. The problem is that these mammals are, from what we understand, highly intelligent. If you're saying, Dan, oh, there's no difference between feeding like live mice and rats and whatever and feeding live crickets and live fish, yes, there is. And if you're saying that there's no difference, you're just not facing facts, which is the fact that these guys are highly intelligent, are capable of empathy. And I'm not like this whole big vegan, whatever, vegetarian, I eat meat. I feed my turtles live stuff. I fed them crickets the other day. I'll feed them minnows and fish and live crabs and whatever, because it's part of their naturalistic diet. And those animals are, I hate to say like lower capacity of thinking, but literally a lower capacity of thinking. These animals are suffering. It's not quick. That's the other part. This is not quick. They are being ripped apart, slowly picked at and ripped apart. And this is just the first video. This is just the first video. That's the other problem. It's not quick. Crickets, quick. Fish, quick. I have fed Pipsqueak a cricket the other day. He shredded the head off. That was it. Cricket's dead. This is just slow, like torturous for these animals. It's just weird. And the worst part is it's only being done for views. It's only being done for views because if you're doing this for your animals and you decide that you want to give them protein or something like that, there's other ways to do it that's not live, and then you're not clearly trying to profit off of it, clearly trying to make it as shock factor, shock value as you possibly can. Are you serious? The dude tosses it into the tank. Look, so the snapping turtles weren't coming up. You see that snapping turtle went up to maybe kind of go after it, and then it didn't. You know why? Because it's not hungry, because they don't normally eat that stuff. So he takes his tongs and tosses it into the water. Screw you, dude. Oh, and just in case your channel gets deleted, don't worry, you have 4 other ones. This is the other thing. You're literally naming it Princess Evil Turtles, so you're making them out to be evil? You want to villainize them? Princess Pet Planet. You also have Princess Chomp Squad. My pets eat live prey. Your pets don't need to eat live prey. You goose. It's controversial in general for your animals to be eating live prey, let alone you doing it so constantly, let alone you then filming it and purposefully like kind of villainizing the animals, trying to get that weird shock factor. This is weird and it should be stopped. There's a reason that you have 4 channels. It's because they're getting taken down. Turtle Team tears apart rats. Like, your wording is purposeful to misrepresent these animals in a negative light. People already think that snapping turtles eat anything and everything that comes in their path, and they don't. Like I just showed you, they're eating berries, fruits, veggies, nuts, things like that. 1 fish vertebrate was found in the fecal of this common snapping turtle. And here you are giving them rats like every single day. Are you kidding me? Before we move on though, there's some other channels too. Here we go, Feed Pet Hub. This guy is literally feeding his snapping turtle a baby alligator. How is that allowed? How is this on here? That is so dangerous for your snapping turtle if you actually care about it. It's so dangerous. It's very dangerous for your critter. That is not a natural food option for a common snapping turtle. Common snapping turtles do not live in the same native range as any species of crocodilian except for American crocodiles. You're not gonna find common snapping turtles in the same habitat as crocodiles. And this is slow. It's eating it from the tail. It is still alive 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes into this video, and it's still alive, swimming, trying to get away. This is not quick. It is slowly ripping it apart. I don't want to watch any more of this. The problem is reptiles are highly opportunistic. So they're gonna eat anything that you put in front of them. But in the wild, they wouldn't encounter a lot of this stuff. And even if they do, yeah, they might eat it, but they're not gonna eat it in such high levels because it leads to fatty deposits, weird buildups, misshapen growth if they're eating this stuff on a regular basis. You're just trying to make money from this. And if you say that you're not, you are just lying. These enclosures are not even that good. These better not be the actual enclosures for these animals. Feeding live mice to snakes, some people do it, some people have to, but they usually don't take joy in it or pleasure in it, and they certainly don't film it and put it for everyone to see on the internet because they want money. Again, I'm not PETA, I'm no extremist vegan, whatever. Oh, this is a good one. Terrible Turtles shred living bunny rabbit. Did he just eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Negan these freaking baby bunnies?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a bunny by his toe.
Now, normally these live feedings take place over in Asia and whatnot because their standards of care are very different. I'm just speaking factually. They just do things a little bit differently over in the East. And sometimes the empathy for the critters is a lot lower. This guy is clearly English speaking, probably in the States. And not that it's an excuse to do it otherwise. That better not be their tank. Dude, you're feeding a live baby bunny. A snapping turtle's not gonna find a baby bunny. Educational purposes documentary. Subscribe. Please subscribe. Please give me your money. Give me your clacks. Also, this accent is not, it's a fake accent. It's an old iDubbbz bit. And they're grabbing the back. There's the bunny drowning, trying to escape from this horrendous little enclosure that you have them in. 2 minutes of drowning and being ripped apart by 2 turtles. and it's still alive. This is not educational. This is for entertainment. It's not healthy for the turtles. It's not natural for the turtles. It's not good for the turtles. If you're gonna give them an external protein source, you probably want to do something like frozen thawed. And then if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna feed live, it should be very infrequently, and it shouldn't be done for views, you sick, dumb
Terry wants the eyeball.
Oh, Terry wants the eyeball. What is wrong with you? Oh, he's got another Prince's House of Dragons. Okay, so he's got a 5th channel. What is that, 4 or 5? I can't count, and I'm also illiterate. Affiliate channel, Predator Pets Live Feeding. This dude has like 6 channels. Here we go, the description. This is an educational documentary about treating animals right in a scientific and artistic way. You're lying, you stupid. You put that as a disclaimer so you don't get in trouble. Live feeding is not cruel. It's nature by design. No, it's not when you're putting them in a little closed captive environment like this. There's nothing natural about that, and normally it's proven in the diets of snapping turtles that they don't eat such high protein items such as mammals, or at least in the high occurrence and frequency that you're giving it to them. My pets refuse to eat dead animals. You're lying. There's no way they refuse to eat. Have you met turtles? If that's the case, your pet is refusing to eat dead animals. You've never tried shrimp. You've never tried cut up fish. You've never tried snails. I'm 100% sure of that. I am seeking to educate the public, not show violence. Lie. My predators eat live prey for nutritional benefits. Lie. Freezing them does not actually get rid of majority of the nutrients in the item, especially if you dust with some nutrients, some extra vitamins. My predator pets enjoy hunting like they would in the wild. Then give them crickets or fish or something that they would normally find in the wild. Or give them a larger enclosure than this stupid 10-gallon aquarium. You have a Ritter slider and a snapping turtle in, you dope. Humane. I make sure that death is quick to avoid unnecessary pain and suffering to the feeding animal. Tell that to 2 minutes in, and the bunny's still kicking its leg. Conclusion. Live feeding is necessary to promote behaviors that naturally occur in the wild. No, it's not natural. It is not necessary, because you can use, something like adding a bunch of clams into a large pond-based ecosystem like my friend Greg's Turtle Haven. He gives them clams and lets them forage for them like they would naturally, not caging them in a 2x2 environment with a live mouse that they would never normally be able to catch in the wild. I am simulating captive experience as close to the wild as possible with resources available. If you don't have the resources to provide more than this crap, don't keep the animal. This has been a beneficial impact on the blah, 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 blah. I'm lying. What is this stupid link? Get your merch! Get your merch! I haven't profited enough! Click on the thing. Go to my Patreon that got shut down. I wonder why. Anyways, the point is, this guy's wrong. The point is, this guy is wrong. He's lying. He's trying to sensationalize. That's the word I couldn't find for the last 20 minutes of filming. He's trying to sensationalize the violence for the views. Then there's these other channels. Oh, it's got happy music over it, guys. Don't worry. A Pac-Man frog eating these rodents. The problem is, this is just not done for educational purposes. It's literally just for entertainment. These people are getting hella views. 57,000, 28,000, 145,000. 4 Pac-Man frogs versus 30 hamsters. Don't worry, they got the same happy music. Yay! Watch hamsters get slaughtered. Aha, got him. Look at him. Look at that little idiot got eaten. Here's one, Mr. Froggy. Oh, they're just doing live feedings of animals that would never interact. I'm sorry, was that a bearded dragon versus a frog? Anyway, some of the channels that are doing this, Feed Pet Hub. This guy's over in a common snapping turtle eats live gecko. They're never gonna eat a gecko in the wild. It's not like eats hamster, live mouse, Pac-Man frog, eating a puffer fish, Prince's evil turtles, Prince's pet planet, where he's got all kinds of monitors eating and killing things, which is not as terrible, but still not ideal. At least that's a little bit more of a naturalistic food option for big lizards, but again, shouldn't be feeding so consistently. But the turtle thing, oh my god, the frog eating thing is huge. Oh my god, I didn't even look up frog eating. Wow, okay, so the frog eating stuff is way more prevalent than the turtle eating stuff. Holy cow. The first thing that comes up, snapping turtle live feeding. Giant snapping turtle eats live crocodile. How does YouTube allow this? How are they giving a platform to all these things? Snapping turtle versus a crab. That's okay. Why? Crabs are a naturalistic food option for something like a common snapping turtle. They eat crayfish a lot of the times in the wild. Common snapping turtles, juveniles, will live in like drainage ditches where you find crayfish and stuff. Crayfish also don't really have a capacity for pain in the same way or sense that these mammals do. Once you move into the mammal world, it's not because they're cute and cuddly. Because guess what? When I watch tegus go in and take out and eat mice, that are in someone's house, that sucks, but it's okay because it's quick. It's naturalistic, it's helping people. This is for clicks, it's for views, and it's wrong. Here we go, snapping turtle eats live softshell turtle. You can't justify this one. That is a snapping turtle eating a live baby softshell turtle. Absolutely not. I don't condone the reporting of these channels. What I am gonna do is, pick violent or repulsive content and then put animal abuse and then hit next and then say snapping turtles would never normally eat these high protein prey items in the wild, and this is clearly just being done for views and money. I know that people will disagree. I know that people will say that this is natural and it's totally fine. I heavily disagree. I explain the reasons why this is wrong. If you disagree with me, so be it. And for the people who are making this content, I hope you are no longer given a platform. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And I'll see y'all in the next one. See ya.